Greetings. So, you have found a way that is better than our way of life, and you tinkered it yourself, or you found it in a book? Great, I'm the political ferret, and we're gonna test this ideology, especially the implementation, together, shall we? So, this whole process is very simple. You just need your imagination and perhaps a pen. So, first, does your ideology involve, for some reason or another, the killing of people? Well, if yes, it could be possible that some people might think that this is a stupid ideology and people would want to fight it. So we represent that with 3 X's down in the column on the paper. So will your ideology, in second, reduce the perceived quality of life for average people? If yes, well, they might think that's a silly idea, and people will again try to fight it. So add 2 X's. And this is important, perceived quality, not quality. You can't argue that, hey, they have it way better if they have less because of whatever. This doesn't count. It only counts what they feel about. If you bring them to feel that they have it better if they have less and you take it away from them, we're fine. So, will your ideology reduce the perceived quality of life for the rich and mighty? If yes, I'm gonna tell you have a fight ahead of you. But it's not a deal breaker, it's just 2 X's on the edge of the paper. So, do you plan to keep at least 15% of people under control by pointing guns at them or some other terror? Well, this brings you 2 X's. Do you need to re-educate 10% of people? If yes, that's 2 X's. But do you need to re-educate more, 30% or more? Well, this will add another 3 X's. Next, imagine the most laziest person you know, and imagine that everybody, or let's say 80% of the population, is exactly like him, as lazy, as egoistic. However, does your ideology work then? No? Well, that makes 4 X's. You see where I'm going with that. Now we would enter the part where we remove X's for the benefits of the system, because the system might have benefits like a better way of life, a better life, a happier life, and so on and so on. But we don't. And that's the most frustrating part of all. You see, first, we don't know what would happen in the future. We can think about it, we can argue about it, but we don't know it. And secondly, an improvement can only happen after the implementation. You have to go there. In other words, if there is a cake inside of a house and you can't get through the door, you can't get inside of the house, you don't have a cake. That's also the reason why we don't argue about, but if we have robots that do everything and we have Star Trek replicators and so on and so on, it doesn't count. We have to work with the stuff we have right now. So you don't get a bonus for a perhaps perfect solution if you can't get the solution in the first place. That's the problem. So, I will of course absolutely agree that some ideologies that are damn hard to implement would have great advantages for everybody, but you have to get there. And if you have more than 5 X's, forget it. Not gonna happen. You could go step by step, revolution for revolution, 1 step every generation. But a revolution that changes everything overnight, this will never work. It works as long as you point guns to everybody, perhaps. But if you lower your guard, if you think, after 3 generations of oppression, the people are not used to it, we can now lower the guards. Bam, it's gone. People don't like living at gunpoint. Not for 1 day, not for 1 generation, not for 3 generations. You can try to monopolize education, the press, everything that is said and told and whatever. But it looks right now, not even that works. So, what's the reason for that? Are people stupid? Don't they want a better life? No, that's not it. A system, every system has to be sluggerish, at least to a degree. That makes the system stable. Well, you see, people love status quo for a more or less biological reason, because the tribes who followed an everyday a new passion, they didn't make it through the Stone Ages. Those who found a way that worked more or less well and sticked with that, changed only things that benefited them right now, right here, those made it. And that's the tribes who still make it. That's our nature. Perhaps it might have benefits for us to breathe through our ears. But what good does it if those who started this practice suffocate trying? Play the cards you have, improve yourself, improve your surroundings. Change comes with that. Slow and in a speed you can't observe, but improving yourself is the key for improving the world. Stop planning revolutions. Stop tinkering around with ideas. It's a waste of time. Don't think about, oh, this idea could make the world a better place. Make the world a better place. Do your little part. Make something that others can use, want, use, and might use. This includes ideas and talking to people about your ideas. Absolutely, that's what I'm doing right now to you, isn't it? But accept if people reject it. But if you come up with a revolutionary idea that changes more or less everything with less than 5 axes, let me know. I would love to discuss it. Like always, guys, thanks for listening so far. Absolutely giant special thanks for all of those of you who hit the subscribe button. This is really a motivation boost. Thank you so much for that. And to all of you, have a great day.